You can absolutely locate a burner phone. People just don't realize how easy it is. They think this, the person is using that burner phone for whatever reason, and it's out of sight and never be discovered. But no, absolutely, and there's no need to go rummaging through their personal items as well. I'm going to tell you how to do it. So, in the thing is called the OTA apps that are in ProSpy. You get them in prospy.app. And one of the apps that's included, or one of the apps that's offered in ProSpy, is a scanner app. Now, this is how it works. Just stick with me, okay? You download the app to your phone, and you tell it what you want to look for. And then what you need to do is, or what you want to do rather, is just walk around pointing the phone at wherever you think this burner phone might be. And, if it's emitting a signal, it'll pick it up and it'll tell you there's a phone present in that proximity, usually within, a foot. It's very, very accurate, and it's, very easy to use. So people always ask, this is their big question. What if the telephone is off? What if Bluetooth is off? What if this is off? Okay, so what I did is I looked this up on the internet. I'm going to read it for our viewers and our listeners right now because as I said before, what you do is you just walk in the proximity you think that phone is in, and it'll start beeping. Now, you could switch these things from Bluetooth to cellular data to Wi-Fi to any signal at all that's being emitted by an electronic device. So let's just say somebody's Bluetooth is off, but the phone is on. It's still going to be emitting a signal. Even when the telephone is off, there are still some phones that emit a signal, even though the phone is powered off. And that would go for everything except a dead battery. But think about this. If someone is using a burner phone, more than likely they're going to leave that telephone on, but it'll be on silent. So this way they don't miss any phone calls from whoever it is they're hoping to hear from. So this way they can say, hey, I saw you call me, whatever. And before you know it, soon thereafter is the trip to the store to get milk, whatever the case may be. I have to go to Home Depot. I have to do this. And that's how the whole system works. So here's how you go about locating this burner phone. As I said, you download the app and you set it to a setting. So let's just say now the big question is, when the phone is on, does it emit signals? I'm reading this directly from the internet. I'm not going to tell you what site it is. It says, yes, if a phone is powered, I'll tell you, it's ChatGPT. I looked it up because I already know the answers, but I wanted to give it in some sort of a spoon-fed version that our listeners and viewers can assimilate. So yes, if the phone is powered on, it is almost always emitting some kind of radio signal, even if you're not actively using it. What signals might it emit? It depends on what's enabled: cellular, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth. What if Bluetooth is off? If Bluetooth is turned off in settings, the phone does not actively transmit Bluetooth signals. On some modern phones, especially newer iPhones and Androids, Bluetooth Low Energy still operate in a limited way for Find My Device, device tracking, digital keys, emergency features. In other words, when Bluetooth is off, it is still emitting a Bluetooth signal. That signal can be picked up. And if you can't pick up Bluetooth, you can always switch to cellular data. And if that's not, you can always switch to Wi-Fi. So you have 3 different ways here to locate a phone. Now, when a phone is powered off, if the phone is truly powered down, does it emit signals? Normally, no. A fully powered off phone does not emit cellular, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth because the radio hardware is shut down. But there are exceptions. Some modern smartphones, recent iPhones and Androids may keep very low power Bluetooth signal active after shutdown. This allows tracking via systems like Apple Find My Phone, Android Find My Phone, and things like that. That's what most people don't know this. This is why these scanner apps are going to be very, very effective for locating a burner phone. A dead battery is the only exception where no signals will be emitted. So if someone has a dead battery, naturally we know you can't take the battery out of the phone anymore. So if that battery is completely dead, no, you can't. But it doesn't stop you from scanning multiple times a day or a week, because sooner or later that battery is going to be charged and that phone's going to be on. So you get these things get them at ProSpy and ProSpy.app. I'm going to tell you, it's a great feature, a great app, and much easy, and an easy way rather to locate a burner phone. And then once you know the phone is there, now you know which direction to go in. Okay, now you know there's a phone there.